Hey there, welcome to the James Show. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3. We have to have this conversation by popular request because I'm so damn popular. Now, it just naturally happens. I'm on a big station, WBAP. I talk to you every day. You feel like you know me, you want to ask questions, but you don't have time to get on the phone and wait on hold, and it'd just be nice to hang out. I get that. I'll make a deal with you. My weekends are reserved for the family, but my weeks are reserved for work. So if we can do something during the week, I'm down with that. I like that idea. I think Wednesday is probably what I'm leaning toward. But if y'all say, well, we got church, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, you pick the day. That's my first question. What day do we want to hang out? Secondly, are we going to hang out at the same place, or am I supposed to rotate around? Because like people in Fort Worth be like, you never hang out here. You never hang out in Burleson or Keller or Denton or something like that. Do I need to rotate around? How often should this be? Should it be once a week? Should it be once a month? Are you leaning toward any activities? I just don't want to sit there and hold a beer and stare at each other. I mean, you want to play pool? You want to play darts? You want to play poker? We could do a trivia night. We could do karaoke, skee ball. We could go to one of those grown-up arcades like Cidercades over here by the studio. That's not too far. So do you really want to hang out? And you don't have to call in. You could email me. You could leave a Facebook message. I really am just kind of taking an informal survey here because I don't know. I just know that if I'm getting multiple people on a regular basis asking, and I'm having to turn a lot of people down that I shouldn't have to. It's time to start doing this. I kind of expect this. This is a normal thing to happen with a radio show. But I want to start. Do any of my listening audience, anybody listening right now, do you own or manage a bar, a restaurant, a venue, an arcade, a gun range? It's just some place where people can congregate that could host these. Because if I am going to have to rotate around and go to different neighborhoods, I would like to take it to friendly venues. I would like to, funnel interest and business to people who are already on our team. And also, I feel like you avoid some weird situations there when like the James Show magically shows up at a place that is not very Team Red friendly. We can avoid that. If I start with rewarding people who are spending time with the James Show, you're spending time with the James Show, fine. We'll spend time with you. So I want to start. Do you own a bar? Do you manage a bar? Do you manage a venue? Let me know. 800-288-9227 if you want to let your opinion be known on the air. 800-288-9227. Pool is that good middle ground where you're playing something and you can still talk. Like that's the problem with trivia. Once the trivia is going, maybe the game will last for about 30 minutes and then we'll just goof around and talk. But while trivia is going, no one's having a conversation. No one's asking questions. No one's doing anything that occupies your ears because they need to be used for this whole trivia thing. The other ones like skee ball in the arcade, that's kind of cool too. You could play for 30 minutes or 2 minutes or 30 seconds or 2 minutes or 10 minutes. And then you can go do your own thing. So there's a lot of options there. Karaoke's kind of hard. It'd be fun to see all you people sing. It'd be fun to judge you people on your talent and really what songs you pick out. But I'm open to all that. 800-288-9227. The most popular one I was ever a part of these weekly meetups got out of control long time ago when Sean was still listening to me in my previous job. I was on the Pugs and Kelly show and we said, let's play dodgeball. We're just adults. We could play dodgeball. And so we went and we started as a goof. And it kept getting bigger and bigger. And then Duke's Roadhouse up in Addison hosted it. That thousands of people were showing up and we had to like rent fences to fence in the parking lot because they were spilling over into whatever that big box is next door and the other restaurants. And the balls were going into Beltline Road. And then they were like, well, we need to take this to a bigger venue. And we need to get a corporate sponsor. And then we did all that and it kind of ruined it. So look, I know this sounds silly, but I believe that there's demand for this out here because I hear from a lot of people who are about my age and older about how there is no social life. All your friends are messing with their kids or messing with their grandkids, or maybe they're just introvert homebodies now. And like, what do you do? Especially divorced people. It's like, I don't even have a companion sitting next to me. I am bored out of my mind. I just go home and watch Netflix and, piddle around the house all day. Fine, we can make our own social club. There's enough of us listening right now that we can hang out. We can all be friends. That'll be cool. This is not going to be a dating thing. This is not going to be a hookup scene. We tried that. We actually, when it was super duper cold, like too cold to do dodgeball, we did speed dating for about 6 weeks. Woo, that was fun for about 6 weeks. We are never doing that again. But let me know. Send me an email, james@wbap.com. First, I've got to figure out when and where. Are we doing this once a week? What day a week? And then I imagine y'all will want it to rotate around. That's cool, too. Let me find some venues, please. I know one guy, Brian Harder, owns a bunch of bars at like Legacy and a few other places. And I had, when we did the debate watch party, when we played debate bingo, and the one where Joe Biden totally tripped out and cost himself the election. We did that at one of his bars. That was cool. So something like that. Let me know. You can call 800-288-9227 and tell Garrett, or you can email me, jameswbap.com. But really, I get the most amount of messages from Facebook Messenger. I don't know why. Don't care. That's fine, too. Coming up next, I've got some health tips. Here's one. If you're going to make a Jack and Coke over the Thanksgiving weekend, use Dr. Pepper Zero to save on empty calories. See, I'm a health nut. I'm going to have more great health tips for the holidays coming up in about 7 minutes on The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Hey there, welcome to The James Show. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Welcome back to the big show. If you have any recommendations on a James Show meetup, I don't know, party night, meet and greet, trivia night, just a social once a week, maybe once a month thing, 800-288-9227. I'm already getting some good emails. I'll be sharing them with you after we talk to my next guest. Dr. Matt Chalmers is on The James Show. And I want to talk to you. You're a healthy living expert. And as a healthy living attempt of a person over here, this is the most challenging time of year. Any advice for people like me who want to at least pretend to be healthy over the holidays?
Probably the biggest thing we can do is start cutting some of the sugars out of what we're eating. A lot of what happens is the weight gain comes from the constant, grazing as we go through. If we can start swapping some of those sugary stuff out with, berries, and you can use sweeteners like whipped cream, that helps quite a bit cut back on the sugar, which in turn makes us fat.
Well, listen, I'm an anti-sugar guy, and so I was very excited to see the scientific community come up with some great sugar alternatives, but they get poo-pooed on for other reasons, whether it's saccharin or aspartame or sucralose. I love all those. What's your opinion on those?
So those have come up with some pretty negative research on them. So I use erythritol, monk fruit, stevia, allulose. Those are usually the ones that we're
Hang on. Let's go back through that. I've heard of stevia. What were those other ones?
Allulose and monk fruit and erythritol. Those are the ones we're using.
Are you saying two words, monk fruit?
Yes.
I've never heard of this. The first time in my life I've heard of monk fruit.
Oh, it's a fantastic. It's a natural sweetener that has no glycemic or caloric effect. And so you can use that to be keto or to just really reduce the amount of sugar you're consuming.
Yeah, well, I do it for vanity's sake. I try and be as presentable as possible. So, I'm trying to, keep Miss Parker interested. Miss Parker. And that's the reason I do it. It's just for vanity. It's not for health.
And that's fine, too, because if you're keeping the fat off by regulating your sugars, it's going to help your health as well. You can do the vanity and the health thing at the same time. It's actually easier to do it that way.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just being healthy is a good side effect of being vain is what I've noticed. Oh, so what do you think about my health tip? Look, I like to drink. My version of the Jack and Coke, though, is a bourbon and Dr. Pepper. I feel like since I've switched to Dr. Pepper Zero, I've at least taken one of the bad things out of that equation, the high fructose corn syrup.
And that's one of the things we do all the time is we're like, what's the better option? Like, the Coke, the Dr. Pepper Zero and the bourbon isn't as good as water, but it's a heck of a lot better than what it was. And so that's a great trend in the right direction.
Thank you. All right. Look, there was a headline that had me thinking about you right before the show started. I'm like, don't we have like a medical guy on today? There was the proposal floated of the idea of these new weight loss drugs, the semaglutides or GLP-1s or whatever they're called, being covered by Medicare and Medicaid. Now, look, me being a limited government capitalist pig, usually I'm like, well, I don't think we should be having the government pay for more things. But if we're going to be paying for their medical care anyway, maybe we would get a better deal if we funded their weight loss instead of funding like their insulin or their knee replacement surgery or their bariatric surgery or whatever else. Your thoughts?
So the GLPs actually activate a very natural pathway. It's off of glucagon, and it helps the body to reset the way your body uses sugars to begin with, so you can use it to end diabetes. And so it's a much healthier way and a much, much, much more cost-prohibitive way of treating long-term health. So 100%, if we can start using that stuff instead of, like you said, paying for everything else, it's, again, a giant step in the right direction.
Well, I've always been kind of pushing back against because I'm a medical skeptic myself, but the other medical skeptics, I think, take it too far when they're like, well, if your doctor is giving you a pill instead of telling you to diet and exercise, you're going to the wrong guy. And it's been my observation that nobody likes dieting or exercise. And so you better give them the pill, because if you tell them to diet and exercise, they're going to lie to your faces like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Sure. And they're just going to go continue killing themselves. So I think this sort of solves that problem. And the problem is really Americans' reticence or hesitance to diet and exercise.
You know, a lot of times it's because they don't know how to do it. Because like a lot of times, like, well, I don't want to give up my pizza, my ice cream, my cookies. You can have all those things as long as you change the chemistry. And so it's very important to actually, if you're going to change someone's diet, that you don't take away their favorite foods. So a lot of times if we'll change the diet properly and ease in the exercise, you can get people to really kind of start changing the way they're doing things, as long as it's not a giant inconvenience. And as long as they have their favorite foods, it makes it easier on them.
Well, and I've also tried this works really good on guys. It's like you should think not so deeply about things. You should be a little more shallow about it. Because like when I'm going, I'm looking up a flight of 5 stairs and thinking, should I take these stairs or take the elevator? I think, well, what would find me more favor with Miss Parker?
Miss Parker.
Damn it, I'd take the stairs.
And, you know, that's the thing we should start looking into is, you know, how can I make myself more appealing to my wife? Because, again, at the end of the day, you want to maintain those relationships. That stress of the marriage is a lot easier if you guys both maintain your attractiveness. So that's a great plan of thinking of it that way, is like, how am I going to maintain the attractiveness for my wife? That's a phenomenal thought.
Right. And if we're all going to be, thinking with the wrong body part, let's at least point that in the right direction. The only reason I have any semblance of health now is because of, I've managed to turn one of my carnal desires into a positive.
Well, and, that's one of those big things. It's you value your wife, you value your relationship, so you're willing to do the work in order to maintain that relationship. It's a phenomenal way of looking at it. And I think more people should start looking at it that way.
Dr. Matt, thank you for not shaming me for being pro-alcohol and talking about drinking and switching out Coke Zeros. Because I have like my little friends who are like, you're killing yourself with zero sodas. Stop it.
There's other choices you can make as you go down the line, but at the end of the day, we all got to start somewhere. And this is the big thing, because like people are like, I like all these things. I'm a -5. I don't want to go to a +5. That's way too much change. Well, great. Let's make small incremental changes as we go, and sooner or later, you're going to end up pretty healthy.
All right. Well, you won me over. Find them at chalmerswellness.com. Who needs to go to chalmerswellness.com?
Pretty much anybody who's looking for a way to find better health for them. So, like, I do a podcast every morning on Dr. Chalmers 1 on X and Facebook. So if you guys look that up, you can get some good information on how to keep yourself healthy.
Well, I'll look it up, because after COVID, I find I agree with about 4% of doctors on planet Earth, and you may be one of them. So thank you very much, Dr. Matt Chalmers, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. There's one in Oklahoma named Nicole. There's my friend over in the North Dallas named Schwartz. And that's about it. My doctor list is pretty short. 800-288-9227. I'm going to spend the next segment reading some emails that I've been getting from y'all on a couple of topics. And some of them aren't very nice to me. You're not going to believe this. I'm James Parker. It's The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Hey there. Welcome to The James Show. It's News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. If you want to be a part of the big show, you better call right now, 800-288-9227. I'm asking, people are asking me for hangouts. We should hang out sometime, or we should all get together and meet up, or I'd like to meet some of these people, or Fine, let's do that. Let's have this conversation. I'm guessing it will be something that we do once a week, and it'll probably rotate between neighborhoods because I know it's not fair if I make the people from far off Watauga drive all the way to Garland once a week. That's not fair. But I want to reward the people who are already listening to WBAP. I want the venues, if possible, to line up with our ADLs. I want to reward them for being ADLs. I want all you ADLs to know each other. I want you to have friends that you know through WBAP. So let me know about venues, also about the activity that's going to happen there. When I say activity, I mean, like, are we going to play pool? Are we going to do like trivia night? Are we going to do something to that effect? And so I'm already getting a little bit of feedback on that. And of course, I'm still getting feedback on me saying teachers need to do their job. Sounds like just amazing that I'm getting any pushback on this. But a couple on the party topic first here. This is from Lisa. Hey, Lisa. She says, getting together sounds great. Central location, best if possible. Love the show. I'm a big fan. Your sound effects are awesome. Not above average. They're awesome, Garrett. You see that? Happy Thanksgiving. Regards, Lisa. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Lisa. Now, I am tempted to do that. A central location would be best. I work in downtown Dallas, so if we just went across the street here to like Black Tap or House of Blues or something, they have a cool little bar out front. That would be super duper convenient for me, but I foresee something I've heard from my other Dallas friends. Oh, I'm going all the way downtown. That's too far. I can't find a place to park. Why don't you come up here? A place actually has a parking lot or something. It sucks. All right, fine. This is why I'm asking. I would like to do it in downtown Dallas because that's super convenient for me. I would love to. Hey, heck, make it something walking distance. I can just sleep in my car here at work or something. But let me know. Another one. Let's see. This was Bill. This was a cool one. Revolver Brewery in Granbury might be a good place. I don't have any connections there, but a listener might if you mention it. So he just randomly likes a brewery in Granbury and told me about it. All right. If they're an ADL, I'll think about it. Granbury's kind of far, but not too far for once a week. Steven probably has the best email I got on this so far. Steven says, John Clay Wolf has a great bar in Walnut Springs. Big market for y'all, and definitely same team. Oh yeah, dude. I didn't know he had a bar. This is why I'm asking you. Because I'd have felt stupid if John Clay Wolf's like, why don't you come to my bar? Or I'd probably pick a bar that's like next door to his bar and feel like a goof. Yes, exactly. Same team. You'd think I would know that, but I don't. Now I do. And when he says in Walnut Springs, I imagine he means on Walnut Springs. There's not a town called Walnut Springs, is there? I'm sure he means on Walnut Springs. So that was good. The other one was I keep getting emails about my complaints on the school days here. So most of the emails actually are positive. They agree with me. The schools are a mess. Teachers need to go to school. They need to focus on teaching. Stop taking so damn many days off. The few that are against me, the argument is you just don't understand how hard the job is. Well, tell me how hard the job is. What don't I understand? What magic facet of the teaching career that I haven't been exposed to? When my wife's been a teacher, my sister's a teacher, two of my aunts are a teacher. My grandmother was a teacher. I used to just hang out with her and help her grade papers like on a normal basis. I know what they go through. And even if I didn't, you're still not making a valid argument. The other one I wanted to address is I think Joe misunderstood my explanation here. And so if he got it wrong, maybe other people got it wrong. Because I say kids are only in school for 21 full weeks out of the year. And so he says, well, that would only be 105 days. And Mary says they're contracted to work 190 days a year. So something's missing. I believe you're in error. All right. 21 full weeks. That means they go Monday through Friday the whole day. If it's a week where they go Monday through Thursday the whole day, but they have a half day on Friday, that's not a full week, but they still went to school for 5 days. You understand that now? Out of the entire calendar year, 52 weeks, there's only 21 where my kids have to go to school Monday through Friday from the standard time of 8 until 3, whatever. That's what I was talking about. So if he got that wrong, I'm sorry. I'm the host here. I'm the professional communicator. Maybe I should communicate myself better. I thought everyone got that, but at least he gave me a chance to clean it up. This is Angela. Angie says, I just want to know, why does my school have a fall break, Thanksgiving break, Christmas break, New Year's break? Yeah. And then they have like a couple days off for like they get Martin Luther King Day off. But since we're going to have off on that Monday, we'll take off the Friday before that. We'll just make it a whole 4-day weekend. No, do your job. Go to work. And then they get spring break. It's ridiculous. It's not like it was when we were kids, man. They have just, I don't know, is this the teachers union or something? They are crazy about it. All right, that's going to do it for the James Show today. But keep those comments and suggestions coming in for our weekly social visit, james@wbap.com. Also, blessedbethefruit.org is your home for Project 2025 implementation. Single women of childbearing age, after the inauguration, you must register for selective service. You'll be able to, once you register in our Christian Uterine database, you can use your registration card for discounts on Meow Mix, Chick-fil-A, and kitchen utensils at select retailers. Register today at blessedbethefruit.org. And yes, that's a joke. Don't at me. I'm James Parker. This has been The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.